guys, it's Sarah with Grassroots Evolution, and I am here today to bring you a monthly message for the sign of Gemini for October 2021. Keep in mind it's a general message, so take what you feel resonates for you, Gem Bears, and disregard the rest. Go about your day. But know that no matter what messages do come through, it's still up to you and your active free will, the choices you make and the steps you take in this world to get whatever fulfillment it is you'd like to see. To me, that's personal freedom, it's personal power, and it's something that only we can do, because this power lies at the tips of our fingers and at the soles of our feet. So use it wisely, my friends. For all my subscribers as well, I love you, love you, love you from the bottom of my heart. Thank you for being here. You guys mean the world to me. And if you're new to my channel, welcome. Thanks for stopping by. If you like what you see and you'd like to see more of my content, please hit subscribe. I'd love to have you along this ride for me. We're with me. And as well as, guys, if you do like it, help me out. Hit that like button. Let's help circulate this. And even if you just want to support me, I'd appreciate it. So, guys, before I get into the reading, I just want to let you know again that take what resonates, okay? Because it is general. So I am going to take a moment just to call in spirit and ask Archangel Michael, Archangel Metatron, my team of light, and any of your spirit guides that would be here for the highest good of the entire collective to join us, to guide, guard, bless, and protect myself, this reading, and any of you who would ask for it, to use me as the clearest channel possible with the most far-reaching of messages, but that these messages only be for the highest good of the entire collective. Again, no second-rate messages here today. So I'm going to start off with the Messages of Life Oracle and get a little spiritual advice for Gemini, please. I am also a fellow Gemini, so these messages also resonate for me too. And we have Beyond that's come out. We have, I rise above the worldly illusions of fear. I always have the choice of how to live each step of my life. I therefore choose to live each situation in the light by turning my thoughts towards God. By living beyond the illusions of the material world, I enter into simplicity and peace. And I think that this is really, really important, because when you look at this, you are limitless. And our thoughts really do have a powerful effect on how we experience our reality. So if our thoughts are in a sort of fear-based or negative space, this is creating feelings, and I also heard creating tensions around us. So this is where we really need to go, you know what, there's these fears, there's all these different things, but I heard you were an immaculate being, right? Whatever these fears are here, this is devil energy, something to stop you on your path. And there's a difference, what I heard is between like an irrational and rational fear. For example, you know, probably passed down through our collective unconscious, I would say, is this fear of danger, like wolves, things like that, some sort of predatory animal that may actually harm us, right, and hunt us. There would be some sort of survival instinct that's going to be passed down from our ancestors down now. I mean, we probably don't have fear of woolly mammoths anymore, but there is a lot of things there. We may have an inherent knowing that there is an unsafeness to this, or even an inherent feeling, because it's one of these things that has been passed down, like I said, into this collective unconscious. But here's where this is not about the collective unconscious. This is about the worldly fear and illusions that may have come from mass media. I mean, the mass media is one of these huge institutions where fear is one of the tactics that they use to instill. What I'm thinking is, think about watching the news. When we watch things on the news, it's usually either one-sided, or we can call it unbiased, but there's always a bias behind the person speaking. And there's, for example, right, if we were to watch Fox News in the United States, or if we were to watch something else, you can definitely clearly see their political bias there. And I think this is really, really important, because if there's people around us as well that are using fear against us, or using the fear of the unknown against us, who are really afraid in themselves, or they've really accepted fear culture, this is where we need to say, I'm getting myself out of this situation, because it's not working for me anymore. I don't need to experience fear. It's wreaking havoc in my life. So moving beyond that, and to remember, you have a choice how to live. You can live in fear, or you can take those steps bravely into a new world, still being a little bit fearful of whatever may happen. What I heard is a new outcome as well, but still pushing forward, because there's points where we might be afraid. I gotta tell you guys, the first time I ever hit record and uploaded a video onto YouTube, man, I was hella scared. And I think that I'm glad I did. I think there's something for you guys that whatever it is that you want to do, fear might be kind of lurking behind you, lurking in the background. There could be some sort of self-sabotage or sabotage as well, saying, you know what, you're not going to do that. You're not good enough for that. Do you really think that you have the stay power? Well, yeah, you do, my friends. Whatever you put your mind to, you can absolutely do. So I'm going to ask one more message. Wow, we get a lot before we move on. All of these cards, I'm going to put them back because the master of my life showing up on top I think is so important. You're the master of your life, my friends. What I heard was, as long as you are older than 18, you have the right to make the choices for yourself. Even if you're younger than 18, you have a right to think and choose for yourselves. You may not have what I heard is the legal age limit, okay? But there's this place where if you are an adult and you have the ability to go and follow your dreams and exercise your free will, do this. There's also what I heard for some of us is there could be parental figures around us as well who may feel like they're the master of our life because, they created us, and here's where, no, we're the master of our life. And what I also heard is don't be afraid to go against the grain. Sometimes, just by us being us, we may cause a little friction because we're not easily controlled. We're not going to be doing things just because other people want us to. I also heard you could have people like coercion around you as well. So just take what resonates, guys. Disregard anything else. But I think it's really important that you remember that you are the master of your life, and I will read it, but so that when you start to see other people trying to use their fear tactics or other people trying to exercise control over your path or over your life, you're actually so much more aware of this because you're seeing it as an illusion. And I think it's really important too, because when you start to stand up for yourself or when you push back and say, you know what, I understand that's the path that you'd like me to go down, but honestly, I feel like there's something more for me in this world, or I don't feel like that's my path. I'm willing to hear you out, but at the end of the day, this is our life, right? Nobody else can make our movements for us. And like I said at the beginning of the reading, this is about our active free will, because if we don't exercise it, we're giving into the illusion of powerlessness. So the master of our life says, I no longer leave my strength in the hands of my ego. I cease to feed my inferior nature, but make room for the divine presence in me. Thus I become the master of my life anew. I listen to my inner voice and act in accordance with my own truth. I live in abiding humility, grace, and love in the glory of God. And I feel like this is important as well to remember that you are connected to spirit. You have that God source within yourself. So this is the place to connect to it. And what I heard is to maintain strength, because we are not going to leave it in the hands of our ego that is much more likely to experience that fear or to be coerced. We're going to see ourselves as whole and complete. And this part of us, that ego mind isn't saying, no, you can't do it. It's the God self going, you know what? Yes, I can. I have the infinite ability to create infinite possibilities in my world. So before I move into I have the self-care oracle, the sacred self-care oracle afterwards, but I have the dragon tarot here. Let's get some guidance, please, from spirit. From the dragon tarot, what messages would you have? So Gemini, the Emperor, comes out right away. Some of you may be dealing with an Aries, but I feel like so much more. This has to do with being the master in your world. I heard not taking shit from nobody, knowing the stance and knowing the power that you have in your world. So for some of you as well, this may just be to remember that you are protected. And I heard God, source, angels, you are very, very protected in this world. If you can see, I apologize for the glare, but if you can see this Emperor, the dragon is sitting all around him, behind him, curling himself up here as well. Kind of like this dragon, you have to get through them before you're going to get to this Emperor. So for some of you, like I said, it could be an Aries in your world. It could also be somebody around you, again, that is kind of controlling. But I feel like this is the most important, is that, you need to exercise your own personal freedom and go after what it is you desire in a way that you hold authority in. Spirit, can you give me a little bit more about this Emperor, please? Thank you. So we have a few cards that fell out. The first one is the Five of Cups. We also have the Chariot. could be Cancer energy as well. You have the Devil, could be Capricorn. This also could be fears, addictions, illusions. You have the Seven of Pentacles, which we're still waiting, and the Ace of Wands for a new start. Something brand new, something passionate, something lively as well, as what I heard. So for many of you, I do believe you're moving on, and I love this card. Oh my gosh, I love this deck. But I feel like for some of you, what I heard is a fight between light and dark. And I think that's why we also have the Devil here. This is that fear-based thinking, this illusion. And that is honestly, to me, I heard mass media again. The mass media literally can be this devil energy as well. There is a plan. There is an agenda. And a lot of times a political agenda. And this isn't so much ripping on mass media, but it's what I keep hearing. And for some of us, my birds agree, okay, for some of us, this could be watching movies, this could be watching a lot of like TV shows or stuff where we see the same kind of thing play over and play over and play over, and we think that our world should look like this, or that our world's going to look like this, and this is just a huge illusion. So I feel like it's important to put, what I heard is to put our eggs in our basket, to focus on what we're working on, not to look at the world around us. I feel like this is so important though, because there are three major arcanas here with the Emperor, the Devil, and the Chariot, is that this devil energy as well, it's not necessarily bad. This is also our passions, our desires. And if you look here as well, I feel like what I heard is nakedness, naked desires. And this doesn't necessarily mean in a sexual way, although it certainly could. For some of you that you're waiting, for some of you I heard you may actually be waiting for marriage as well, if that resonates. But there's a volcanic explosion happening with this Ace of Wands. There's a lot of power here, and I heard raw power, and it's something that, what I heard is it could have been building up. So what's important here? We're moving out of this Five of Cups energy. The great news about this, though, is none of them are spilled over. They're all fully intact. So this is where there may be changes in your world, changes in your love life as well, and changes how you experience love is what I'm hearing. For some of you, like I said, it could be a Cancer that you have in your life, but I do feel like it's moving on, and I heard moving beyond. So whatever you are waiting for, whatever you I heard are manifesting, it's on its way. Something is coming into alignment for you. But what I heard is it's going to be when the time is right. This is some of these things, divine timing. We can't fake that. Oh my gosh, the bottom is the Star. For some of you, this could also be an Aquarius. I also picked up on Cancer, Aquarius, Cusper, or not Cancer, Aquarius, Capricorn, Aquarius, Cusper too. It could be somebody that you're dealing with. And you also have the Knight of Swords that was underneath the Star. So again, it could be a air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius with the Star. But I feel like there's a real clarity of thinking and understanding things on a whole new, deeper spiritual level, and understanding how the past has fit in and the things and the lessons that it's taught you, but really knowing as well that you are all powerful. And what I heard is you don't need the protection, it's within you. And when we center our heart and we access this God self within us, our heart is radiating, it is shining. So what I heard is as well, my friends, shine brightly. Give the love that you have in your heart freely as well, because as we give and receive love, we are able to fill our own cups. So showing ourselves, I heard, in balance as well with this light and the dark, and still trying to move forward balance, so that making sure we're not moving either way, one because of fear or one out of total recklessness. Okay, we're doing this in a balanced way that's not looking at an illusion of fear, but it's not looking at being naive as well, as what I heard. So I think this is a really important time for you. Definitely important to exercise your power, to exercise your beliefs, to move forward in a way with authority, and to go after what you want. Again, a lot of fire energy, a lot of water energy here as well, though. So for some of you as well, you're definitely, what I feel like is, again, waiting to take this plunge, or you're waiting on news to be able to make this move. Some of you may be waiting to find out, if you are got a place or anything like that. So what I have here, I have the Sacred Self-Care Oracle. And move forward, Spirit, what is some advice that you have that would help Gemini out, please, Spirit? Thank you. You get meditate and connect with crystals. So when we're trying to move through fear-based delusions, when we're trying to heal, when we're trying to figure out what I heard this demon is inside of us, this is figurative, okay? What are the demons lurking within us that are hidden underneath the surface? What are these things that are educating our fears? What is this devil energy? Again, like I said, for some of you, this is mass media, this is social media. What I heard is as well, this could be like a shitstorm around you. This could be people around you really affecting your stability just with how they are and how they're acting, and you needing to really exercise sovereignty and autonomy here to be like, you know what, I am a sovereign being. I am outside of you. Your energetic field does not enter mine. Hearing smoky quartz for some of you may actually be really, really helpful. There we go. To help kind of deflect and absorb any of these energies as well. As I love black obsidian, so I show you guys a lot, but black rocks in your pocket or something like this, if you are in kind of a negative or toxic environment in a home life, if that resonates. But whatever this devil energy is for you, how do we move on? Balanced. And I feel like this is also balanced, understanding our authority. I did hear as well, moving on forward in our masculine power and our masculine polarity. So whether you identify, however you identify, masculine, feminine, or non-binary, however, it doesn't mean, it's just this energy within us, okay? So meditation and crystals, this is really important just to quiet our mind. Get in touch with spirit. Turn off that friggin' TV is what I heard. It's not the word I heard. Friggin' wasn't the word I heard. But turn off the television. Turn off fear-based things that you watch. If something gives you a bad feeling, or makes you feel uncomfortable, turn it off. That's all I can say, because it's really important. You are the master in your life, right? And we want to move past fear. Well, here goes this again, this big mass media thing where we are no longer being fed information. We have a discerning mind, okay? So take your time, connect with yourself, surround yourself with some crystals, put them in your pocket. Just always remember, though, your worth, what I heard, and that you are loved, okay? So I have a little chunk of green calcite here as well, and you feel like it could be really important, also my pink. Really focusing on your heart, really focusing on healing any places within your heart that may have been hurt in the past and may be stopping you from moving forward, may have you maybe waiting a little too long to take the plunges that you want to, because whatever it is, whatever this Ace of Wands is, whatever it is that you truly desire, what I heard is go after it before the lava erupts. So for some of you as well, this could be there's a lot of anger as well, is what I heard here, or codependency as well. That could be that somebody else, so kind of like I was picking up at the beginning, somebody else who may be trying to control the situation, may kind of be ready to explode is what I heard. But it's really important just that it doesn't matter how mad they get. You are in control of your life, right? So even if they get mad and start swearing, or I heard there could be some like just outbursts, as long as you're following your heart it doesn't matter what their reaction is. This is something you need to detach, because I think that's how in a lot of ways that people control us as well, right? Like with the reaction. So for some of us, we may be afraid to go and speak to someone, or afraid to go tell them how we feel, because we don't know what they're going to come out like. We don't know the reactions that's going to come out. Are we going to get, an understanding, kind ear, or are we going to get screamed at? This is really what I'm hearing, okay? So take some time, connect with crystals, meditate, and I'm going to bring you a little message from the book for Meditate before I let you guys go today. Okay. So, I am at peace. That is the mantra. I am at peace. You say it 3 times. I am at peace. I am at peace. And I think this is important, to be at peace with your decisions, because if you are met with adversity, being at peace with your decisions is one of these things that keeps you on your course and helps you stay your course. So find a comfortable seat in a quiet place and close your eyes. As you sit in stillness, listen as you inhale and exhale, and allow your mind to settle as you take a journey inward and upward. So meditation can be that simple. Although at times it says there are many approaches, the main goal is to empty the mind and become an observer of your thoughts, allowing them to enter and leave without attachment, labeling, or judgment. Starting with just 5 minutes in the morning or in the evening can lay a foundation for daily meditation practice and create significant shifts in perspective. As you begin to see the benefits, you can go more in depth with your practice, incorporating guided meditations, breath work, or classes in different modes of meditation to see which resonates with you most. The journal prompt, if you feel like writing this down, this could be, even if you're not the writing type, record yourself, What I heard is some of you may have your own YouTube, just do it private so nobody can see, but you can see. So what blocks, real or imagined, prevent you from meditating? What practical steps can you take forward from removing these blocks? So if you are having trouble getting into that quiet state or into that meditative state, really pay attention to what was it that stopped you. Is there other thoughts that are coming to mind? Is there other things that are preoccupying your brain? And here's where you may want to write it down as well, so that you can get it out of there before you try and sit down again, because obviously whatever this is something that's coming back. For many of you, I heard anxiety as well. Some of you may have a lot of anxiety, and honestly, this could help. I heard blue lace agate. I'm going to check and see if I have any in my... I don't actually think I do right now have any blue lace agate, but it is very beautiful, lighter blue with some white fleckles in it. But it could be actually very helpful right now for you to be able to speak your truth and kind of help release any anxiety associated with that. So that's the message that I do have for you today. I really hope it resonated. They're telling me to show you fluorite as well. Now this is raw, unpolished. I have a love for the raw look, but if you wanted polished, you could get it. But this could be also really, really helpful right now, just to kind of use this energy in your meditation practice to help you gain the confidence, as well as what I heard is to feel ready to speak your truth. So take it how it resonates again, guys. But if this message resonated with you and you'd like to let me know, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. But otherwise, just focus on your healing, focus on yourself, and focus on what I heard is getting your message across. If there's somebody crossing your boundaries, you need to really find a way to say no. A no is a complete sentence, my friends. So that's what I have for you. I love you all, and I'll talk to you later. Bye, guys.